Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we're going to be doing a voiceover of this sketch I did. I think I used. I don't think I've added this in the Gumroad yet, but it's sort of it kind of looks like a watercolor brush, but at the same time a charcoal brush. Like it has like I'll call it the wet. It's like a wet charcoal kind of look. And yeah, it's a flat brush set in pen tilt. It has a nice texture, and you know what? This sketch kind of reminds me of the work of Anthony Jones. You know, I am a big fan, or I'm heavily influenced by the work of Anthony Jones, along with like guys like Feng Zhu, Derek Zabrocki, John Wallenberto, like lots of like concept artists. And I think it has, even though I'm trying to do, I want to learn like character art, anime girls, nice feet, those types of like degenerate pinup style types of content. I still can't get rid of this types of illustration or concepts, or these types of art where it's a lot more. It's a kind of art you would see on, say, ArtStation, and like mechs, creatures, sometimes environments, but it's mostly like creatures or mechs. Like I don't even try it; it just sort of comes out of me, and I think it's like when you do these sessions where you start with random strokes and then you just try and keep pushing what you've made, and you just keep adding stroke after stroke after stroke until you figure out something. I think in a way it's a reflection of your knowledge base or what influences you, right? It's gonna show up in your work. Oh, by the way, when they added like that black thing in the back, it's like hair, I'm not sure, and there's like white or lighter gray like stripes or lines. Looks a lot, even the way the eye was done, it looks so Anthony Jones. For those of you who know his work, does it not look like a little bit like his work? I don't know. Not sure what they did with the horns, but it's close enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's a sketch. What's so cool, oh my god, about doing sketches is it's just a sketch, right? You don't have to pressure yourself too much with being all polished, done. It's just about the vibes, right? Are the vibes there? Do you feel the vibes? If you feel the vibes in the end, then you've succeeded in terms of with the sketch. Also, I recommend painting in just gray values just because it's a lot easier. You can always add color later. I've been seeing a lot of like tutorials on TikTok. Apparently a lot of people do recommend using graded maps. I haven't used it as much, but I've experimented with them, and I do like the effects that come up or that you can make with them. So essentially what you want to do is finish your sketch, your illustration, your painting, your artwork in grayscale with all the values intact. Then you can adjust not only those values but also the hues or colors that come after with a bunch of like different adjustment layers. And when it comes to color, I think graded maps are like super recommended. And I've seen artists who have like amazing work, and they do use graded maps to achieve that, and it's inspiring. And I think it's something that if you're doing something like this, maybe you're into like grayscale, or it's like a habit of yours to do like more grayscale types of like drawings or sketches, paintings. Maybe when you're trying to color, learn how to use graded maps with this sort of approach, because you already have like the grayscale painting part in check, right? Like you know your values, you know how volume works, you can composition is there and everything, and your artwork looks great, even without the color. So when you have that in check, you're already like 50% done. So the next thing you just have to do is just learn how to merge a new technique to complement your already existing technique. And in this example, it's going to be your grayscale sort of painting, and then you want to match that with the graded maps as the new thing that's going to complement your grayscale like valley painting. So again, I haven't really tried it. I may do it for like longer sessions, but for these sketches, I think it to me, I paint this in like one layer. So adding more layers just takes more time, and it defeats the purpose of doing like a quick sort of sketch and painting. And I'm not just doing this as like I am doing this for YouTube, sure, but it's also a way, or it serves as a break as well, because I am doing some studies trying to improve like my character art, which you can check out by the way on Patreon. It's mostly not safe for work, so just be careful. Well, not always, but it's gonna be there. But yeah, because I'm doing that more analytical, slow kind of thing, I want to have the opportunity to be able to paint something fast and quick and just not think too much. And I think because I started doing that, or more intense like study sessions where I record myself like draw and think about things a lot more, because I'm doing those, I think in a way I now want to paint more like this as sort of as not a maybe as an escape, sure, but also as a break from that kind of a level of intensity or that kind of thinking where it's more analytical. So whatever it is for you, try to have a kind of art session where it's not that serious. And I think if you, for example, it's very tempting to just do studies. By the way, it's good to do that you're tempted to do studies, but don't be so tempted that that's the only thing you do, because you can lose your love for art if you're too focused on studying. Because with studying, that means you're studying, so oftentimes you're studying something that you don't know, because you don't really need to study something that you already know, right? Which means you're more likely to get frustrated. And when that's like the average feeling you have with art, it can actually make you quit. So the trick is I'm not saying don't study. Yes, study. Just make sure you have other art times or other art sessions where you're doing art that's not like a study. Like what's the kind of art that you do that just makes you feel good? And for me, it's always doing like super random sketches and seeing what comes out of it. I also like painting instead of drawing, just because I can fill up large areas faster, and I'm just used to this sort of approach. I like brushes, I like textures, so I just use whatever brushes I have at the moment. And I like doing video content for YouTube, and in a way that pressure kind of makes me want to paint as well. So it just fills in or fulfills so many like goals or needs of mine, and that's what I do, or this is what I do to meet those things. So again, this is don't do this because I told you to, or because this is what I'm doing. You need to be aware of the things that make you enjoy art. Again, outside of studying, yes, studying can be fun as well, but I don't recommend it as the main thing you do as fun. It's good to study, and you should study, but you need to know that other thing that you do. Maybe it's just doodling in your sketchbook. Maybe if you're trying to do or get good at digital art, maybe the thing that's fun for you is like sketching with your traditional sketchbook. Maybe with ballpoint pens, markers. So it can really vary from person to person, but you gotta know what that thing or those things are. And I think when you have both and you're doing both, once I'm done with these like batch of sketches, it can be sort of in the end of that whole session, it can get exhausting to the point where I start seeking an escape, and that escape is another kind of art form, and that's studying again, right? Because when I'm studying, I get to like I'm no longer in this like free form kind of thing. Like I want structure at that point, right? When I spend so much time being like free form and just being like random, it's fun, but eventually if I keep doing it, it's gonna reach a point where it starts to like suck, to the point where it starts to feel like work. Once I get there, then I switch back to doing studies. So you're always doing a bit of both, and both will like balance each other out. So that's kind of my how I'm doing how I'm doing things right now. And maybe this can help you, or this approach may hopefully does help you. So that's it for this episode, or this voiceover for this specific session. If you want the brushes, links below. As of this recording, I haven't updated my brush pack yet, but I'm gonna have to. But yeah, and that's it. If you want more stuff that's not this, but more not safe for work, lots of focus on like developing character art. It's about education essentially. but it's not a bit, it's definitely not safe for work. Just head over to Patreon, right? But aside from that, yeah, hopefully enjoyed. I'll see you in the... You know what? It kind of looks like a Triceratops. Right? The top? Okay. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.